Hey guys, last recipe of the day, and it's late, and I'm going to bed very, very late. But yeah, like I said in the previous video, I made up my mind, and I wanted to do this for today. So I'm going to finish this today, and I'll see how my Sunday goes. I have Monday up, so I can recover all Monday. Anyway, plum cake. All recipes came from Irish Teatime recipes, so yeah, that one tomorrow also from this book. So plum cake, despite its name plum cake, does not contain plums at all, but is an appetizing mixture of dried fruit and candied peel. In the 18th century, plum or heavy cakes were not only exceedingly popular but also exceedingly rich and very large indeed. So the only thing I realized I did wrong, I don't know, I got my two of these, and I need a round cake tin, so maybe I'm going to cheat that part and do it in those, because it's late and I'm done. There's no more stickiness on my sticky thingies. Anyway, I am preheating my oven to 170 degrees Celsius, and I am heating some water in a pan because I have to whisk eggs over hot water. But first I have to cream butter and sugar together. Equal amounts of butter and sugar, like 115 grams. So let's start with a wooden spoon. So butter, and caster sugar. This says caster sugar, so that's nice. That it just says that. And so I have my whiskey here too, so I can once it combined, the whisking, stirring thing is going to go easier, but you have to, the first bit, there comes a moment in this process where it's combined enough that you can just go a little bit tougher on the butter and sugar. If you do it by hand, no. I've said it a couple of times. I do this by hand on video because it makes less noise, and well, I have such a chaos in my mind that I know for sure I will talk through my mixer. So yeah, see, now that's almost combined. I can maybe a little bit more. It will never get as fluffy, I think, than when you do it with that mixer. But maybe you have to get one of those things you just do like this. They make noise too, but I think less than stand mixer. My water is boiling, so I have so many recipes still to make that I almost never repeat a recipe. Oh, my shoulder hurts. Anyway, not from the beating, it's just an injury I had for as long as I can remember. Am I going to use my dirty? Yeah. But now it says whisk the eggs in a bowl over a pan of hot water and beat into the butter mixture. So whisk the eggs in a bowl over a pan of hot water. So it's about the eggs. So the eggs beat the eggs over pan and then beat into the butter. That's how I feel like they say it. A little at a time. Whisk the eggs in a bowl over a pan of hot water and beat into... Yeah. But how long do I beat this for? That's the question. Till it thickens up or something? I don't know. This is one of those things I'm like, okay. Right now I have to guess. So I guess till it thickens up a bit before it becomes scrambled eggs. Or oh, I'm going to do it like this because I'm afraid I have scrambled eggs later. So so a bit at a time. I'm not going to put it on the water again because I don't want to have scrambled eggs like this. By the way, I forgot to move my camera, so this is what my eggs looks like. It's just, let's get rid of the water for a moment because I don't want to get injured. And my lock while filming, definitely going to get injured if I leave it there at this time, because right now it's like 9:39 in the evening. Okay, I'm Dutch, so I don't know if I should use AM or PM. It's the same with the grams and the cups. I prefer to use the grams in baking, especially. It's more accurate. And in my opinion, it's not even more of a hassle if you pour it in a cup or in a cup that's on a scale. Let's do the last. Where's my spoon? Scrape everything out. Inclusive the bits that turned into scrambled eggs. Let me grab my book. Sift together the flour, the spices, and fold into the mixture. So fold. Let's grab my whisk. Let's grab 115 grams of flour. Then I've got nutmeg. Nee. I caught myself a couple of times that I just say Dutch word between sentences. I'm not sure the first time I caught it, like 2 videos ago, but nee is the Dutch word for no. So I've got cinnamon and ginger in here. And yeah, that's what I need for, it says the spices. So let's fold this in. And this time I am doing half of the recipe. I think I measured everything out correctly. And the strangest thing is, I always say that these cakes aren't to my boyfriend's liking, like not sweet enough, or I don't know. Often he dislikes them, but he had friends over and they wanted to taste, so I gave him the taste, a slice of each of the 3 I already made, and he tasted some. He's like, oh, he tasted the porter cake with the Guinness, and he's like, yeah, this one is good. I'm like, what? I'm making half the recipes all the time because you don't like my cakes, and now this one you do like. But in his defense, or in my defense, depends how you look at it, he was drinking Scottish whiskey, I think famous grouse, so that maybe altered his judgments. Anyway, I'm still going to make half the recipes because it's just too much. A whole is 9 out of 10, way too much, and I think I have way too much for tomorrow, but yeah. Fold the mixture together with ground almonds, so I ground them up myself. I like that everyone is a bit different again. So the one you have, I have all of them with or raisins or sultanas or currants or whatever. And but one is with the saffron and the maize, and one is with, what did I say? What did I put in there? Oh yeah, the Guinness. And this one is with the almonds. So they all look so similar from the outside, like all with the brown specks and the mixed peel, which I have again. This is mixed peel, currants and raisins. So I think right enough, yeah. The only thing what's missing is flaked almonds. So you have to forgive me for that. I forgot those. I've got whole almonds, but yeah, I have to dry them. I have to deshell them and dry them. So not going to happen today. This one is easier. Let me see if I have everything. Yeah. Okay. And now I have to put them in the tins. So do I 1 or 2? Let's grab my half a cup. Half a cup. Oh, that one. I think I can do all in one, maybe. Well, maybe not. I'm not sure. Depends how brave I am. I think I'm going to be very brave and put it all in one, or at least until it's like it's going to be a pretty big dome, I think. This is not how it's supposed to be, I think, but anyway, That tastes good. Hollowing it very slightly in the center. That's how it looks. This is good. Bake for 2 to 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I'm going to put it in the oven like done. Let's do 2 hours first. And then check every so often for the color. And do the, I don't need this. Do the check for browning, do the aluminium foil. Difficult word. And then I think I'm going to do the tasting tomorrow morning because it has to cool down. So yeah, probably see you in the morning. So good night. Good morning. Well, it's the next day for my plum cake, and I cut it already as usual. This is the big loaf, but I took it out at 2 hours, and I still think that's too much because look at the sides. It's a pretty big brown, dark brown crust. So I think it dried out too much, but let's. This is with almonds inside, but you can taste a bit that it's too dry. But I'm not sure if I taste the almonds. Maybe because I didn't put in the flaked almonds, but yeah, the texture is a bit. I mean, it's like gets stuck like here. But I think if it had, I don't know, half an hour less, it would be an amazing cake. Anyway, I have to film one video and then we have to leave. And I found out that we are 4 people less, so we've got way too much, but yeah, another day tomorrow and it happens. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully see you next video.